too old to try to do good.
Tonight, we want to introduce you to Opal Lee, the 93-year-old activist and lifelong Texan who has campaigned to make June 19th a national holiday for years.
If you tell her that you have a need, she's gonna meet it, and she's gonna go to anybody that she can think of that can meet that need.
But she figures out how to do it, and she stays with it until she gets it done.
If we were to document all those differences, all those times that she's made a difference, we would run out of paper with Opal Lee.
She really is what a tapestry of community work looks like at 94.
She's a trailblazer, and she has this sense of you keep going no matter what.
What heroism is someone that goes over and above, all right, the call of duty to do something for someone else.
I'm Opal Lee. I've had these passions.
The community food bank.
Opal's farm.
United Riverside.
And one of them is Juneteenth.
She got here in 1939. They were able to buy the house on Annie Street. It was a white area of town. They were at home, and the mob came on June 19th to put them out of their house. That had to be the catalyst that made Juneteenth so important to her, that on this day that we're supposed to be celebrating freedom from slavery, that her house gets demolished, burnt up by an angry white mob that doesn't want them in that neighborhood.
Their family stayed here. She's made freedom the celebration instead of focusing on the oppression.
If you don't understand where you've been, then you don't know where you're going.
Ooh, I thought you never asked. You need to know that on the 19th day of June in 1865, a General Gordon Granger with several thousand colored troops made their way to Galveston, where there were 250,000 enslaved people. Now, President Abraham Lincoln had signed into law the Emancipation Proclamation 2.5 years early, so they should have been free. But nobody told them that they were free. And they had prayed. New Year's Eve, they had prayed for freedom like no other group had ever prayed before. And it finally came. June the 19th, 1865, when those people had this proclamation read to them that had been nailed to the door of what's now Reedy Chapel, African Methodist Episcopal Church. They started celebrating, and we've been celebrating ever since. And you need to know, preserving history and what it means to all of us. For one thing, you don't want what happened then to ever happen again. History is something that we can't erase. I don't care how good or how bad it is. It's there for all to see, hear, and read. It's extremely important that we preserve our history. It's extremely important that each of us make ourselves a committee of one to see that this doesn't happen again.
They had the idea to bring back having a Juneteenth celebration, to make sure that, we don't forget to celebrate.
There's folks coming together. There's good food.
There were fireworks in the streets.
She's been doing Juneteenth for over 45 years.
As a kid, felt like to me, it was about the celebration. And as an adult, it's more about what I learned about Juneteenth through celebrating Juneteenth.
Juneteenth is more than a Texas thing. Juneteenth needs to be celebrated across the country. And she felt that if a little old lady, almost 90, because she was 89 at the time, started walking to D.C., someone would take notice.
Did a lot of walking on it, and made a lot of stops in a lot of cities.
We created a petition for Juneteenth to be a national holiday on change.org.
Social media and all the social media platforms, word gets out.
Lupita from Black Panther, Usher, Bernie Sanders, Danny Glover, Nico Brim. P. Diddy wants to talk to Miss Opal.
I'm so proud of you.
I'm proud of you, Mama.
I am moved, probably as many people are, by her strength. But I think I'm more moved by her humanity.
This is the pen that President Biden used to sign Juneteenth into law. I knew I was coming because Juneteenth had been made a national holiday and the president was signing the bill into law, and I was invited to the signing of that bill.
Looking out across this room, I see the advocates, the activists, the leaders who have been calling for this day for so long, including the one and only Miss Opal Lee.
Over the course of decades, she's made it her mission to see that this day came. She's walked for miles and miles, literally and figuratively, to bring attention to Juneteenth, to make this day possible.
You cannot imagine how joyful, how humble, how magnificent the whole thing has been. Juneteenth is not a Texas thing. It's not a black thing. We're talking about freedom for everyone.
To the One Club for Creativity, I'd like to greet all of you young people. And you are young people if you're not 95. You're doing a great work. And I want you to continue to do that. The United States and the world needs the work you're doing.